All right, guys, here we are at the beginning, the very beginning of phase one, day one, into our split lunges here, our side lunges. Now you notice when as I go off to the side here, I'm putting the weight on my heel. So the weight's on my heel to midfoot. I'm not allowing my knee to track over top of my toe. Neither am I pushing my knee past my ankle. So I'm trying to sit back into as deep as I can. So I'm not actually moving sideways. I'm sitting backwards. Right, and the end result is that my torso comes forward as my rear end goes back. So keep those core muscles strong, keep the weight on the heel, and keep pushing those hips back. You'll feel some stretch in the groin, you'll feel some stretch in the hamstring, which is to be expected. Again, make sure you keep that weight on the heel each and every time in this exercise, allowing the upper body to come forward, resting your rib cage on top of your thigh, pressing back. Again, you're going to feel the stretch in the groin, and make sure you pay attention to the areas that are tightest. So when you take the time to stretch, or if you're going to see a massage therapist, you can let them know what areas are really showing up for you. It's really, really important. Again, nice simple exercise here. Let's roll back into it, sit back into it strong. Remember, keeping those core muscles strong makes a massive difference in how this exercise is done. All right. Well, let's get into it again here. So let's go into our second exercise. Now, when we get into these leg raises here, the distance you travel is really up to you. Keep your lower back against the ground so the pelvic floor is braced and the lower back is pressed to the mat. Right, keeping the back stable, the abs really turned on, and decide how far you want to take your legs out. Your legs, of course, are just the weight, and you decide how strong you feel. And we're just trying to really teach the lower back and the lower belly how to really respond to that extra weight. All right. Moving into it here, we have of course, our partial shoulder press. And the goal of this, of course, is just to really train the rotator cuff, the muscles in around your shoulder blades, right? So keep those core muscles strong, abs on to protect the arch in your lower back. And make sure you feel your shoulder blades are really working hard here, and you keep your shoulder blades against your rib cage, right? So again, we don't want to feel it in their neck. We want to feel it between our shoulder blades and down, of course, always in our core. And this is a lot of prep work, of course, getting your body ready for some of the harder training that's coming at you here soon. All right, we got about 30-second break in between. Have a quick glass of water and get ready for round two. All right, round two. Let's get ready for it. Back into our side lunges here. Now, again, making sure you take a stance. Whatever feels normal, step slightly outside of it. Weight on the heel to midfoot, pushing back. Again, pushing your butt against the wall. Keep those core muscles strong, guys. Keep those core muscles really, really strong. Allow your body to come forward. Don't strain your neck. Where the pressure should be felt in your groin, of course, the muscle on the inner thigh, and on, of course, your left hip here, and the hamstring and the glute, but nothing in the knee joint, nothing in the neck. Right? You don't want to feel any pain other than a little bit of lactic acid, which is the burning you get from working those muscles really well. All right, again, same transition back onto the other side. Weight on the heel, push your butt back towards the wall, and allow your whole body to come forward. Try not to stay too vertical in this movement. Allow your ribs to touch your thigh. Allow your ribs to touch your thigh as you push your butt back towards the wall, keeping those core muscles strong the entire time. Do not let go of your core muscles at all, ever. So gentle contraction of those core muscles. And it's really important when you first go into the stance and, of course, coming out of it, brace those core muscles before you step your right leg back out. Okay. All right, second exercise here. Again, getting into your leg lifts. Again, the goal of this is just to start training the lower belly, how to protect the lower back. So neck muscles are out of it, shoulders are back and down, core muscles are active. And again, if you need to, put a towel beneath your lower back, between your lower back and the mat, so you feel that sensation. And your job is just to press down into it, keeping your lower back stable by keeping your lower belly muscles strong. And only drop your legs as far as comfortable, so you need to make sure that there's constant pressure of your lower back against the floor. All right, into our seated partial shoulder presses here. Now let's get it back on the ball. And remember, the goal of this exercise here is to keep the shoulder blades back and down, keep those core muscles active. We're training the shoulders how to pivot and rotate inside the socket in a very neutral way. Shoulder instability, shoulder problems are really, really common. It's just from really bad posture, bad shoulder mechanics. So we're going to really start teaching the muscles around the shoulder blade, how to keep the ball of the shoulder back in place. So core muscles strong. Again, keep the shoulder blade muscles working hard to keep you intact. All right, that's the end of round 2. Let's get into round 3 here. Again, we've got about a 30-second break in between. All right, this is the last of round 3 here. Block 1, round 3. Weight on the heel of the midfoot. And again, you should be getting a little bit of fatigue by now. Legs should be warmed up. You should be able to drop a little bit deeper. It should feel a bit easier as far as the mobility. Maybe you might be fatiguing a little bit, but we can work through that, right? All right, we'll keep that weight on the heel. Push your butt back, core muscle strong. Allow your body to collapse forward. Make this movement really powerful and focused. Think, feel, and do. Think, feel, and do. Pay attention. Movement is not exercise. Think, feel, and do is the way you get the muscles to do what you want them to do. Weight on the heel of midfoot. Push your butt back. Fold in half. Don't be a coward. Lay down on it. Lay down. Get down into a deep, unless you have some really serious pulling on your groin. But again, if you're just being a little bit fatigued, trying to save yourself for later, don't do it. Leave it all on the floor here right now, each and every rep, each and every set. Push back into it nice and strong. And again, when you push off the heel, drive your hips forward. Be powerful in the movement, making sure, you, again, core muscles strong and shoulder blades are back and down, keeping the stress out of your neck. All right, into our abs again. Again, we're just going to toggle that lower back by doing some leg lifts here. Again, press the lower back against the ground and decide on the length of the lever. How far can your legs go down without your lower back leaving the ground itself? Strong core muscles, shoulders are back and down. Don't brace with your face. Do not brace with the face, right? Otherwise you get an enlarged mandible. You look like Arnold Schwarzenegger by the time you're done. Lady, it's not a good look for a girl. Just saying. All right, back on your feet. Don't waste too much time here. Let's just go from one movement to the next. You know what's coming up next. Get the ball under your butt. Dumbbells in hand. Let's get into the strong core muscles. Again, remember what we're doing here. We're training the body, right? Shoulder blades back and down. Keep the shoulder blades squeezing together. Feel that pressure and that burn, of course, in between the shoulder blades. Not in your neck, not in your triceps. Okay, so again, we're just really in the area between the shoulder blades and down, really priming and teaching your shoulder how to function properly. We want this to be really well warmed up and well educated and executed, so when we get into other exercises and of course in the further stages, you guys are going to rock this out. Okay, again, you got about a 30-second break here before you get to the next block. Have a quick drink of water, wipe the sweat off your face, and get ready for block 2. All right, block 2 coming up here, guys, and we have sumo deadlifts. We have our feet up crunch, and we have a high pull row. Now, our sumo deadlifts, again, we can do this with dumbbells or barbells. Ideally, if you're using a dumbbell at home, make sure the dumbbell's heavy enough to make you work. Okay? So take a nice wide stance, toes pointing slightly outward, and again, dropping down deep. Bring the dumbbell all the way down to the ground. Allow yourself to squat down deep. Allow yourself to squat down deep. Allow yourself to drop down into it there, right? Nice and deep in the movement. And again, we just want to sit back into those heels and allow your body to come forward. Sit back in those heels, allow your body to come forward. Drive through the heels, squeeze your bum up. And again, make sure that you're not rounding your spine. Keep your eyes on the horizon. Shoulders are always back and down. No matter where you are in this movement, do not lean into it. Do not lean forward. Keep those back muscles strong as you fold in half, dropping your butt down, but do not curve your spine. Do not drop your head down. All right. Let's look at our feet up crunch here. Now again, the design of this exercise here is to keep the to tilt the pelvis a little bit to make it more accessible to that lower belly. All right, so keep chin away from the chest. Keep the elbows wide, and again, really tighten that pelvic floor. Tighten your pelvic floor and drive your ribs to your hips. You're just pushing your ribs to your hips after you anchor and secure the pelvic floor. So brace to the pelvic floor, press the ribs to the hips. And again, you're not bringing your head forward, right? That's just a side effect. So I'm just simply supporting my head and my hands, but again, I'm not pulling my face forward. Third exercise coming up, here's a high pull row. So let's get to it. Get on your feet, grab your dumbbells. High pull row, knees soft, core tight, shoulders back and down. Knees soft, core tight, shoulders back and down. So you can draw the elbows up and then draw the elbows back. Draw the elbows up and then draw the elbows back. Make sure to keep those knees soft. Do not lock the knees out as you draw up. Right, so you should feel this between the shoulder blades and down, not in your neck. This is not a forearm exercise either, so don't pull with your forearms. Draw the shoulder blades back and down, then drive the elbows up and back. Shoulder blades back and down, drive the elbows up and back. Shoulder blades back and down, draw those elbows up and back. All right, beautiful. Okay, we got a 30-second break going before we get into the next one. Take a quick sip of water, wipe the sweat off your face, get ready for round 2. All right, round 2. Let's go, guys. Let's get into it. All right. And let's drop your butt down. Again, remember, nice wide stance, toes slightly pointed outward, core muscles are active. We're not leaning into it. Remember, we're not leaning forward. We're simply sitting down into it. Your upper body comes forward naturally. So don't lower the weight, lower your butt. Don't lower the weight, lower your butt. Don't lower the weight, lower your butt. Are you listening to me? Do not lean forward. Do not try to put the weight down. It'll simply go there as you sit down, stand up. Sit down, stand up. Sit down, stand up. Sit down, stand up. Do not lean forward. All right, nice work. Okay, let's get into our next exercise again. Feet up crunch. The objective, of course, is just to teach that lower belly how to stay nice and strong, and we're tilting your pelvis by putting your feet on the ball. Do not pull on your face. Do not lean, look forward. Keep looking up at the ceiling. And again, all you're doing is pressing your ribs to your thigh, ribs to your hips, ribs to your hips, and press and control, and press and control, and press down hard, and flex it hard, and flex it hard, and flex it hard. It's not a face exercise. Stop pushing your jaw forward. All right, relax your facial muscles. All right. Get into our last exercise here of the second round, high pull row, knees soft, core tight, shoulders back and down. All right, ready? So shoulder blades back and down, pull the elbows up and back. Elbows up and back. Pull those elbows up and back. Each and every time, stay focused with it, elbows up and back. Draw through, elbows up and back. Draw through, elbows up and back. Knees soft, core tight, draw those elbows up and back. Remember, don't feel this in the neck. Feel it between your shoulder blades and down. And you always start by drawing the shoulder blades together, and then pull the elbows up and back. Perfect. You got it. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Knees soft, core tight, shoulders back and down. Perfect, guys. All right, let's get ready for the next one. All right, here we go, guys. Ready? Weight on those heels and sit down into it. Do not lean forward. Sit down. Drop as deep as you can. Sit down. Drop as deep as you can. Sit down, pushing back on those heels, driving your bum to the wall. Do not roll your upper body forward. You never lower the weight. You just only lower your butt and push those hips forward. Sit those hips down, push those hips forward. Remember, we're going to kind of rock and roll into this motion here, right? So again, the hips moving back and forth in a 90-degree arc. Do not lean forward. Your body naturally folds in half, but that's not what you're trying to do. You're just trying to simply sit down into this exercise. All right, feet up crunch again. Let's do this all over again. Keep those core muscles active. It doesn't have to be a big motion. Again, all we're focusing on is keeping those lower belly muscles tight, tightening the pelvic floor, and press your ribs to your hips. Keep your facial muscles relaxed. Support your head. Don't pull on your neck. Ribs to hips, right? Ribs to hips. Press down. And again, always keep that pelvic floor braced. So tighten the muscles around the bladder. Make sure you keep the bladder muscles tight, as not only as you compress, but when you open up. Compress and open up. Compress and open up. Every time, every single time that lower belly is active. Again, we don't need to do 1,000 repetitions. We just need to do a few exceptionally well. All right, high pull rows again. Knees soft, core tight, shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades together, pull up and back. 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 You got it. Do it again and again. Shoulder blades together, pull up and back. Come on. Again, make sure you bring the shoulder blades together. You're not using your forearms. Don't just drag it with your arms. Shoulder blades together, and then bring those elbows up and back in that sequence. Do not lift the weights without bringing the elbows back first. Do not lift the weights without bringing the shoulder blades back together. All right, nice work, guys. Again, quick towel off. Get ready for round 3. All right, third round of exercises, guys. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Okay, let's get into it. Nice long stride. Whatever feels normal, step past it. And again, take a nice wide stance, a little bit of balance there. Stay nice and tall. So we're focusing on dropping that rear knee down, not leaning into the front leg. So drop that rear knee down. As much as you can, lean back as much as comfortable. Now, you don't have to go as deep. If you really find a tremendous pull on the front of your thigh, don't worry about dropping quite as deep. Just go into shallow movements. But really, again, over time, as you become much stronger and more flexible and, of course, more confident, you'll be able to pull this off quite easily. All right, nice long stride, body nice and tall. Bend that back knee, lean back into it, lean back into it. So we're not leaning forward on the front thigh. Big stretch on the front of the left thigh right now, so you can feel your groin being challenged. But again, try to keep the bodies nice and tall. And we're using this as a dynamic stretch, and again, really a great way of conditioning all the muscles in that lower body. All right, perfect. Let's look at our next exercise here. Get into our scissors. Now, our scissors, of course, we're focusing on bringing the knees over top of each other. So pelvic floor nicely braced. Bring the knee over top, and your focus, of course, is that inner thigh and lower belly, inner thigh and lower belly, inner thigh and lower belly. So again, we're bringing the knees over top of each other, keeping that lower belly braced. And this is just a really great bracing exercise for your lower abdomen, teaching your abs how to control and stabilize your lower back. All right, high back row, waist width stance, knees soft, core tight. And again, shoulder blades first, elbows second. Shoulder blades come together first, elbows come back second. Shoulder blades come together first, elbows come back second. We're not using your forearms, so stop using your wrist and your forearms. Do this in sequence. Think, feel, and do. Think, feel, and do. And try not to stand up in the exercise. All right, pretty simple, guys. All right, let's rock into our next round. All right. Second round here, nice long stride. Your legs should be nice and warm by this time. You've done a few blocks already, so your legs should be nice and warm. So let's keep that body nice and tall. Drop that back knee down, stay tall. You may find you're able to drop a little bit lower now because your legs are pretty warmed up. But whatever the case, just make sure you move into an area that's comfortable and challenging, but not painful. If you feel like a really sharp, hyper uncomfortable pain in the front of your thigh on that back leg, then don't drop so deep. Again, these are hip flexors that you're going to feel stretched out in the front of the thigh. Hamstrings are being challenged, your balance is being challenged, but this is the whole idea. We want to really open up that lower body. So keep the upper body nice and tall, drop that back knee down, core muscles are active, right? Shoulders are back and down. Only drop as far as comfortable. Again, we want to make sure that we don't damage anything on the way through, but again, trying to keep that body nice and tall. Okay, guys, you're doing a really good job. Stay with it, stay with it. Okay. Moving into the next one here, back into our scissors. Again, the objective of the scissors, not to do a million of them, is by just to really keep that lower belly tucked in tight so the lower belly is rigid and active as we challenge ourselves by bringing these, our heavy legs, of course, over top of each other. So remember, the knees are coming over top of each other, inner thigh muscles are bringing the legs back and forth, not focusing on our feet, but focusing on our upper thighs and our knees. All the while, that lower belly is braced in hard. Again, we're not trying to do a million of them, we're just trying to teach it how to function. All right, knees soft, core tight, shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades come back first, elbows come back second. Shoulder blades come back first, elbows come back second. Each and every time, the same way, each and every time. Come on, guys, keep it up and draw it in tight. Again, we're trying to train the postural muscles of the upper body while we really challenge our lower body musculature with that higher volume. Perfect. Okay, guys, nice work. Have a quick sip of water and take a sweat and wipe the sweat off your face. All right, let's move into it. Remember Sam. Sam is the man. Sam will save you and make you strong and make your body do exactly what you want it to do. All right, third round here on these split lunges, and don't be a wimp here, right? Don't try to save yourself for the end of the workout. Be strong in all these movements. Drop the weight if you have to. Keep the volume high. We still want to hit 15s per side here. So stay nice and tall. Stay nice and tall. Weight on that heel on that left foot. Body nice and tall. Glutes on your back leg active. Right, again, you feel that really incredible stretch, but lots of work here in that big long stride. But the whole idea is that we're conditioning ourselves, getting ourselves ready for the future aspects of the program. All right. And again, love this conditioning aspect of these exercises. And guys, you may not like it, but it's good for you. Ladies, same thing. You may not like it, but it is good for you. Please do as I ask. Do the work. The results will follow. I promise you. Do the work and the results will follow. Okay, perfect. Back into our scissors again. You should be getting good at those. You can try bringing your legs a little bit higher off the ground, so you can just either clear the ground, or if you want to challenge yourself, bring your legs a little bit higher, but making sure not to put too much stress in your hip flexors. Lower belly is active, so you tighten that pelvic floor. You're pushing your ribs down to your hips, keeping the lower part of your abdomen bracing nice and strong, while you bring your left knee over top of your right knee, and decide if you bring it up a little bit higher to make it a little bit more challenging. Moving right into your high back row. Again, knees soft, core tight, shoulders back and down. All right, shoulder blades first, elbow second, and squeeze and hold, and squeeze and hold, and squeeze and hold. Bring it up and hold just for 1 second. Just a brief pause and hold. That's it. Squeeze it hard and flex that back hard. Don't just go through the motions, but flex the back really hard each and every time. All right, so for you beginners, this is the end of your session. You don't need to go any further. For the rest of you guys, we have one more big block to go through. Get ready for it. All right, your legs should be really warmed up by now. This is our last series of exercises here, reverse lunges. Now, you're going to keep that weight on that left heel as you step back. Drop your left hip down as you extend your right leg back for balance. Try to pull your upper body tall when you step back so you're not leaning forward in that front thigh. And again, whatever feels comfortable inside that movement, make sure that you step past it, right? So we don't want little short reverse lunges here. We want to step back and drop back deep into that left hip as we go through, right? So dropping back deep into that hip each and every time here. All right, ready? So weight on that right heel, core muscles active, keep the body nice and tall, keep this upper body nice and tall, shoulder blades active, core muscles active, weight on that right heel dropping into your right hip, not your right thigh, but your right glute. So you don't want to feel it just in your quadriceps, you want to feel it in your rear end. So drop into your butt every single time. You got it. Weight on that heel. And again, don't be afraid to step back, right? Really challenge yourself here because again, we want to develop these legs into nice, long, powerful muscles here. And we can't do that if we're too scared to stride. All right. Next exercise here is we have a reverse crunch. And again, with the abdominal exercises, the last two exercises of each block, these are conditioning movements. And again, we don't need to do a ton of them. All the work's being done in the first exercise. This is where we just get to think and control and be very finesseful about our movements, right? It's not really about the volume, it's about the quality. Have quality efforts in your workouts here, quality movements. Don't worry about the volume. If you're doing it properly and you're really activating those muscles effectively, you don't need to do a ton of them. All right, rear delt fly is supinated, which just means a palm up grip. And again, knees soft, core tight, shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades first, elbow second. Do I need to say it again? Apparently, maybe. Okay, shoulder blades first, elbow second. Stay low. Make sure there's no stress in your neck. You feel this between your shoulder blades and down. Big postural exercise designed to stand you up. We're going to turn on your glutes. We're going to turn on your core muscles internally and turn on those back muscles that pull your spine nice and tall so you can have this great aesthetic posture. All right, let's get ready for round two. All right, get our weights back in hand again. Round two is coming up here. So again, weight on that left heel. As you step back, drop into your left hip. Drop into your left hip every single time, trying to keep the body nice and tall. And again, make sure that the stress is not felt only in your left thigh, right? So the outside of your left thigh, but make sure you're dropping into your left buttock, your left glute, right? Each and every time. It's a weird word. That word glute sounds like it should be an instrument. All right, but it is. We're trying to make an instrument of incredible power, right? So let's drop into that hip and be powerful with it, right? Just don't wimp out. It's a strong thoughts give strong muscle contractions, right? Strong thoughts give strong muscle contractions. Stay stable in those movements. Weight on that heel, dropping into your right hip every single time, dropping into your right hip every single time. Be powerful. Be powerful. Don't give in to fatigue. Fatigue is just simply a matter of choice, and your brain's asking you what you think, right? And you think, I can do this, right? So let's hammer it out nice and strong. Weight on that right heel every single time with those really strong core muscles active all throughout every single repetition, every single exercise. Perfect, guys. All right. Let's get into our reverse crunches here. On the ground, lower belly, again, lower belly is going to be really strong. And what we're trying to do here, again, is bring our hips towards our ribs by flexing the belly and, of course, in reverse. So a little bit different than a normal setup, but now we're going to try to keep those core muscles active and then bring our hips towards our ribs. We're not just flicking your legs around. So bringing your knees to your face or throwing your heels to the ceiling does not mean your lower belly is going to work the way we want. So tighten those core muscles, Sam, right? Activate, and then you're going to bring your hips to your ribs each and every time. All right, supinated grip, knees soft, core tight, a slight forward flexion. Shoulder blades come together, and each and every time, bring those shoulder blades together. Elbows are rotating back, and again, we're not doing anything much with our hands other than holding on to the weight. You should feel this between the shoulder blades and down, a strip of muscle, of course, running down the middle of your back about halfway, right? Not in your neck and not in your forearms, certainly. Beautiful, guys. All right, towel off. We got one more round to go here. Get ready for it. All right, final round here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get into it. Be strong. No, this is the last one, so we want to be our strongest self here. And 2, let's go. And 3, nice at work. And 4, come on, be strong. And 5, stay strong with it. And 6, come on. And 7, let's go. And 8, come on, deal with it. And 9, come on. And again. And 10, be strong, guys, be strong. 11, come on. And 12, come on. And 13, and 14, you got it. And 15, powerful, powerful. All right, deep breath, no sense waiting too long here. 1, and 2, nice and strong. And 3, come on. And 4, stay with it. And 5, be strong here, guys. And 6, stay powerful, strong core. And 7, strong core, be strong with it. Again, strong with it, powerful, strong with it, powerful, strong with it, powerful, strong with it, powerful, strong, right? Think strong. Every step makes you stronger, makes you more focused. Nice work. All right, back to reverse crunches. You're almost at the end of the game here, guys. Incredible, incredible work. Keep that lower belly nice and tight. Let's go. And 1, beautiful. And 2, you got it. And 3, come on. All we're doing is bringing our hips to our ribs. We're going to bring our hips to our ribs by flexing that lower belly and maintaining control on the up and the downward phase of this movement here. Nice work, everyone. Come on, keep it up, keep it up. Stay strong, stay strong, stay strong throughout this entire movement. Again, really train that lower belly how to be powerful. All right, you're at the end of the game here. We're almost done, guys. Come on. All right, nice deep breath. And now shoulder blades, shoulder blades. Shoulder blades, rotate it out. Feel it between the shoulder blades and down. Strong. Be focused. Strong. Be focused. Ignore that sweat dripping down your nose. Focus on your back. Focus on your back. Stay strong with it. Stay strong with it. You got it. Stay strong with it. Nice work, and you are done. Incredible, incredible work. Well done on day 1.